Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Weird Wednesday on BaloneyBrain.com. I'm, of course, your host, Used Toy, or John House. Joining me, as always, the lovely, talented Daryl House, or Suburban Hobo. How you doing, Daryl?
I'm good. I went all white again. Can you tell?
It's getting near Santa time.
I want one more bleaching before the year's over, but I let my beard fill in a little bit more in here, and I went all white because my roots were getting so long. It was just horrible.
You know, I'm catching up with you.
You know what? You could make a great Santa one of these days.
I'm gonna do that.
Well, you know what? It's a lot of fun. I fought it. I didn't want to do it, but a buddy of mine absolutely recruited me, and I'm having lunch with him tomorrow, and we're starting to plan for this season, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy making these kids. But here's the problem. Guns are the problem. Have you heard me talk about this before? It is.
You gotta watch yourself. You're gonna get your conservative card taken away.
I know, but it's Weird Wednesday, and this is a funny story. A woman who worked at a pawn shop that encouraged employees to carry guns was shot in the butt by a coworker while checking inventory.
Nice.
Azalea Black sued the local Valley Pawn. Its managing member, Justin Bernstein, and the employee who allegedly shot her, George Ruby. I wonder if he was running into that other Jack Ruby. That's spelled different. And she and Ruby smoked marijuana openly at work while carrying guns. Black had a medical marijuana card from California, and she openly medicated at work. I love that, medicated at work. With knowledge and tacit permission of management, Ruby also openly smoked grass with knowledge and tacit permission of management on premises, and often carried a firearm at work. She says the pawn shop did more than $1 million in business each year buying and selling guns, and encouraged employees to carry loaded guns at work to promote a gun culture. I love it. She says she took offense to a black and gold loaded .38 revolver that was pawned and being held. This goes on and on. But the funny part of the story is like, she's climbing up and she's checking inventory, and this other guy reaches up and pulls the .38 from her rear pocket, and it pointed it at her buttocks, and then with reckless disregard for her safety, pulled the trigger. He said there was no mistake. The .38 revolver requires approximately 10 pounds of pressure to cock and fire. She says Ruby dropped the gun and ran out of the room. Other coworkers helped her down from the ladder and called an ambulance. Black seeks damages for medical expenses, negligent training and supervision, premises liability, pain and suffering, and lost enjoyment of life.
Lost enjoyment of butt.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to warn you on this next story. It might make you never want to go out to eat again. Papa Murphy's, a pizzeria in Texas, apparently. A Texas teen employed at Papa Murphy's pizza franchise faces criminal charges after a customer caught him in the act of rubbing his scrotum on an uncooked stuffed crust Hawaiian pizza that he'd ordered. Now, the kid says, okay, this was stupid, which it's more than stupid. It's also disgusting. And he was released on $10,000 bond. But here's the thing. I didn't know that this was a problem. Huffington Post Weird News reported last year a Subway employee admitted to reporters that he put his privates on sandwich bread and then posted photos of the act on Instagram.
Now, I remember when I was in high school, down on Verity Parkway there in Middletown, there was a Burger King. And there was somebody, I can't remember his name right now, but there was somebody back when I was in high school that worked there. And I remember stories that he did similar things, to people that came in that he knew that he didn't particularly like.
Well, that wasn't a Burger King. That was a Burger Chef, young man.
It was Burger Chef. You're right. Oh my God! And I'm so much older than you. I guess that's why you have a memory and I have a. What were we talking about? Well, anyway, you know what? If they had a gun, we wouldn't have this problem in that pizza place right now. How about this? Taylorsville. This is outside of Salt Lake City, I believe. Taylorsville elementary school teacher somehow shot herself in the leg while in a school restroom. In a school
restroom.
The 6th grade teacher, Michelle Ferguson Montgomery, was in a faculty restroom at Westbrook Elementary School on Thursday morning when her handgun went off, said Ben Horsley, spokesman of Granite School District. The accidental shooting occurred a little before 9 a.m., before school started, so no students were around at the time. It turns out she actually shot the toilet. The Salt Lake City, Utah teacher whose gun accidentally discharged while she was in the faculty bathroom actually shot the toilet, making it explode. The 14-year veteran teacher was rushed to the hospital Thursday after the shards from the toilet pierced her skin.
Wow.
Why does she have a gun in the school?
Yeah. All right. Man wanted for armed robbery. Arrested at Frisbee tournament. Yeah, a guy, he apparently 4 years ago, he robbed a bank in Woodstock, New York.
Yeah.
He also stole a car and had set a barn on fire as a diversion, and so 4 years later, he is arrested in Oregon at a Frisbee tournament.
Well, no wonder.
That's all I got.
That's what a fascinating that is. We're gonna have to headline that one. I think. Well, I got a gun story. Did I do any gun stories yet today?
I think you have.
How about Dateline, Syracuse, New York? According to a felony complaint, a man accused of using a toy gun in a foiled Syracuse bank robbery was caught after DNA found on the gun left at the scene was matched to him.
Wow.
I'm loving this, Lawrence. Vanzel Clark, 46 years old, charged with first-degree attempted robbery, third-degree criminal possession of a weapon. At about 2:45, June 13th, Clark is accused of wearing a mask as he walked into the M&T Bank, pointed what looked like a handgun at the teller, and demanded money. Clark tried to scale the bank counter but fell backward and dropped the handgun. During the failed robbery, Clark got into a fight with a male customer at the bank who tried to stop him. Clark admitted to poking the customer and wielding a shank he made out of a curtain rod he had sharpened.
A shank.
He had a shank.
He had a shank.
Yeah, lousy stinking bulls. Well, Clark ran out without getting any money, police said. So when officers inspected the gun left behind in the bag, they realized it was actually a toy gun. And according to the felony complaint, DNA found on the gun at the scene matched Clark. His DNA had already been collected in a database due to a previous conviction for bank robbery. Clark was arraigned in Syracuse City Criminal Court, ordered held in lieu of $50,000 bond.
All right. Well, here, if Batman and Superman ever got in a fight, we know who would win. But in Times Square, Spider-Man and Batman were arrested after the two got into a brawl. They were hustling tips on the corner in exchange for photos. They both started yelling at each other. And apparently Spider-Man grabbed Batman, and after that it was on. So both of them were arrested, and why nobody got like cell phone video of this? Because it would be awesome. That's all I can.
Was this in New York? I didn't hear. What was the dateline on that?
Yeah, Times Square.
Well, I've been reading a lot lately that they're cracking down on these guys that do like Sesame Street characters and stuff. Also, they hang around Times Square, shilling people. Y'all take a picture with your kid for $10,
Yeah.
And some of them are getting a little obnoxious and nasty about the whole. Wow, is that it? Are we done?
That's all I got.
This is the weirdest Weird Wednesday I think ever. But, we're so glad that you joined us. We hope you find us entertaining because we find us entertaining.
Well, we will see you all. Bye bye.
Bye bye.